Hello, welcome back to my Arkham Horror playthrough. A quick recap of recent events. We did get a doom on Ithaqua because of the spread up in central Kingsport, and we got the terror going there. We have a Wendigo in East Town we have to deal with to make the friend, or what was it, friend or foe card flip, as it says here. If I can get it to focus, yeah. When the Wendigo monster is defeated, flip this card. It's hard for the camera to focus there, but that is the goal. So I have been thinking about a plan. We have our two girls up here in Innsmouth. You can barely see their stands there. And we will have them do some things before we're gonna let Jenny Barnes throw some dynamite at the Wendigo. So let's get to it then. I'm gonna be starting off with Marie Lambeau and have her move into this space, the Gilman house. She will become engaged with the high priest. So we'll take that in front of her. But she moved, and when she performs an action, another investigator on any space may perform the same action. So we're gonna let Jenny Barnes move too. So we're gonna move Jenny Barnes 1, 2, and Jenny has $1 left. So she will be spending that to move her last, taking a taxi down into the police station area where the Wendigo is, and this will become engaged with her. Now Marie is engaged with the human cultist high priest. Let's have her attack the high priest. I'll just put it here because it's simpler. He is engaged with her and he has 2 health. He has -1 strength and -1 observation when attacking him. So let's see what Marie Lambeau can do. I will be putting that there. And we will have our dice cup, and she has 2 strength. So that will be 1 die because it's -1 strength. But she also fights with her Grandmare's knife, giving her +2 strength as part of an attack action. So that will be 2 dice. Yeah. So hitting the cultist, and don't hit him for anything. So that's sad for Marie, but that is what it is. That is Marie Lambeau's turn done. Now we're gonna do Min Thi Fan. She will be going into Gilman House area also. And let's have her should we focus? Nah. She will also try to hit the cultist, I guess. So the High Priest is engaged with Marie Lambeau, but Min Thi Fan will attack it and engage it instead. She will try. She has a strength of 3 and have 1 focus, so let's be rolling 2 dice. And she has the ability to, once per round, she can re-roll a die up to the number of clues in the neighborhood. And there is 1 clue in Innsmouth. Plus she has a re-roll with her token if she needs be. Okay, so we get 1 hit on the High Priest at least. So let's be re-rolling the 1 because of her all around you skill. And there you go. The High Priest dies. Good job, Min. And it says, after you defeat this monster as a part of an attack action, you gain 1 spell. So I'll be putting this High Priest here and draw the top card of the spell deck. And Min gets Hunter's Insight. At the start of your turn, you may test lore. If you pass, attach this card to a monster in any space. Reward. After you defeat this monster, gain the attached spell and research 1 clue. It's a bit meh, but she has that. Okay. And that was Min's turn. Now let's join Jenny. Jenny is up by the police station and she is engaged with that Wendigo. And the Wendigo has got 10 health. It's +2 per player. So she will have some fun. First thing she's gonna do in her turn is to focus. She will focus her strength, because that is something one of the things you can do. When you are engaged with a monster, you can only focus, attack or evade. So start off with her focusing. Next, she will attack the Wendigo. So let's get our trusted dice tower out and see what we can do. First of all, she will throw the dynamite down the throat of the Wendigo, dealing 5 damage to each monster she is engaged with. So 5 damage against the Wendigo. So there you go. Let's be discarding the dynamite. That's a good start. We could have used clues to hurt it, but she hasn't researched her clue yet, so we can't do that. So she will try to hit it. And she has got 4 strength, so that will be 3 dice, and she has got her twin 45s. That is another 3 dice. There you go. And you may add 1 to the result of 1 die as part of an attack action, so we can remember that. So that's the rolling, hoping for a lot of successes. And it's not. So we get 1 more hit to the Wendigo. So we will be attempting this. Once per round, while resolving a test, you may suffer 1 damage and 1 horror to re-roll any number of dice. So she will take suffer a damage herself, and we'll put a horror on the Search of Izzy. She will be looking a bit like this. So let's be continuing on this fight. She will be re-rolling all of these dice. Come on, Jenny. Oh, 1 fell out, but I will count it in. So it's a 5, it's a hit, and this 4 becomes a 5 because of her twin 45. So that's 2 more hits. So he's at 8. Okay, now she will use her strength token to reroll another die. And she gets another one. That is awesome. So Wendigo is now at 9 hits. Okay, now Marie Lambeau in Innsmouth is feeling that her friend Jenny needs help, so she will try to intervene. Once per round, while another investigator on any space is resolving a test, you may test lore -1. Add your test result to the other investigator's test result. So she will be taking 2 sanity hits. So there you go. And she will be rolling her lore -1, which is 2 dice, plus her Grandmare's Knife, which gives her +2 while casting a spell. So that's 4 dice. So Marie and you once per round. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Yes. So with intervene, she gets 2 successes. That will be added to the attack on the Wendigo, which will deal it 11 damage, and it is dead, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Jenny is a beast. This is gone. Jenny gains a remnant. Yoink. Put that on Jenny's sheet down here. Whoop. I'll put this back to the deck. And now we get to flip this card. When the Wendigo epic monster is defeated, flip this card. Leaning over the massive bestial body, you hear a low hum behind you, where a shimmering doorway parts the air. From this mystic pathway emerges a bookish man in a fine suit and overcoat, who nods approvingly at your victory. It was a man once, the stranger tells you, and a friend. This poor creature was twisted by an ancient evil, Ithaqua, the Windwalker. In response to your unvoiced questions, he continues, it has come to your city with its long history of corruption and madness in search of weak spirit souls, so to taint with its influence. I am relieved to find capable hunters have already risen to the challenge, and to see that I need not stand alone before this threat. Will you aid me? Choose an investigator to gain Inuksuk. Inuksuk. Okay, then let's dig here. We meet Inuksuk, and he will be joining us. It's an ally. Keeper of paths. Move an unengaged investigator from any space to any space in another neighborhood. Wow! So Inuksuk can help us travel around. Oh yeah. Thematically, I think Jenny should be getting him. So let's be putting him alongside Jenny's stuff down here. Yeah. Cool. Now take card 93 to 95, select 2 of them at random and add them to the codex. Return the other card to the archive and return this card to the archive. So 93 to 95. Okay, 93 to 95. Yoink. So I will be looking away, and I will be shuffling and putting this back and keeping these 2. Once that said, 2 of them at random and add them to the codex. So putting 94 back. This will return to the archive. Talking about the archive, after the expansion, the archive became huge. So that's fun. Okay, let's start off with reading number 93, Bent to His Will. Inuksuk tells you that many of the creatures swarming through the region have been twisted by the influence of Ithaqua the Windwalker. Defeating those beasts will weaken the Ancient One's way. Pursuing another opportunity as well may present you with more options, but defeating Ithaqua's trolls will make their master vulnerable. Yeah. After you defeat a troll monster in a location with no marker, you may spend 1 clue from the scenario sheet to place 1 green marker face up in your space. Streets are not locations, okay? When there are 3 face-up green markers on the board, return card 95 and 95 to the codex and flip this card. So I can do this. I can attack troll monsters around the city if I find them and they pop out. And if I have a clue put on Ithaqua, I can spend that to put a green marker in the space. Okay, so that's one option I have. Next is countered magic. The magic that Ithaqua and its followers are using to enthrall the people of the Miskatonic River Valley can be countered by the right charms, and your new friend Inuksuk knows the proper rites to do so. It may serve you well to pursue both of the leads that Inuksuk provided you, but you know that performing this counterspell will make it possible to ward the region against future incursion. Okay. As an action, I can test law -1. If I succeed, spend 1 clue from the scenario sheet to place 1 white marker face up in your space. Perform this action only in a neighborhood that does not contain a white marker. If one neighborhood in each of Innsmouth, Kingsport and Arkham has a face-up white marker, return 93 and 94 to the codex and flip these cards. I can do this. So I have 2 options to do this. I can do this bent to our will or countered magic. So as per now, there are no thralls out here. What is this monster here? It is a Shantak servitor flying above Arkham. So it is not a thrall. Yep, that is Jenny Barnes' turn done, and it's great. This has gone exactly as I planned, and it is just marvelous. Doing 11 damage to that Wendigo, that was epic. Okay, monster phase. Each ready monster activates usually by moving. And we do have this Shantak, and this Shantak will move toward an engaged highest lore. Now the highest lore is the girls in Innsmouth, so moving towards and attacking them, or try to attack them at least. It can do that, but luckily for us they are way out of reach, so it will move shortest path will be through the ferry, and it will go 1, 2. Now monsters doesn't pay for traveling, so it will use next time it will travel as per its move, if I have interpret this correctly. And I think I done that. So that was all the monsters on the board. We killed the High Priest, we killed the Wendigo, so now we're gonna move into the encounter phase. Draw and resolve encounter matching your space. And we can start off with Jenny, since we are there now. And we will roll, no, not roll, we will draw a card, and she's in Easttown. And Easttown has got a terror on it. So first thing we have to do, we have to resolve a terror encounter. And we check how many terror tokens there are. There's 0 to 1 on Easttown. So you're gonna be reading the first one. As you warm yourself near the fire, a voice whispering at the edge of your hearing instructs you to extinguish the flame. You have to do a will test. So all these voices whispering to us all the time. Jenny has got 3 will. So let's be rolling 3 dice then. Nothing that can help her. She has got a clue. I want to save that. Let's see. Oh, but she succeeds. She gets 2 successes, so she passes. If you pass, you stoke the flames and shut out the insidious voice. If you fail, but I don't read those fail conditions other when I do. Now she can have a police station Easttown encounter. So let's be turning over and read this. The desk sergeant rolls his eyes as you start to describe the things you've seen. You do your best to convince him that this isn't just some prank. I have to test influence. I think her influence is great. It's 4. So that will be 4 dice. Okay, let's see if we can convince the police officer. And we do with 2 successes. We are quite convincing. If I pass, he sends a patrolman to check it out. Remove 1 doom from any space. Wow. Okay. Where do we want to remove a doom? I think the best option should be in Central Kingsport. Don't you think? Let's go and check. Central Kingsport is quite ravaged with doom. So we send a policeman over there to check it out, and let's send him to the whole school. Yes, let's be removing a doom from there. Come here. Okay. That's very good. So we removed a doom from that space. And anything else? If you fail, we didn't, so we can be putting that back. If you guys want to read the fail and entire card, just pause the video and read the card if you like. But I recommend not doing that when you play. Just do the test, and do the test before you read the card. It's always fun. I feel that keeps the suspense in the game. So that was Jenny's encounter. Now we're going to move to our girls in Innsmouth, and we can start off with, let's start with what is the tests in Hillman? It is influence or a remnant. I don't have remnants. Oh, did the high priest give us any remnant? No, he didn't. He did give us a spell. Yeah. So let's start off with Min. Yeah. And it's in Innsmouth Shore, so that will be one of the new cards coming out. And we are in Innsmouth Shore. It's the Gilman House. For all your misgivings about Innsmouth, you do get a good night's sleep. You or an ally may recover 2 sanity. Ah, I should have done Marie Lambeau. In the morning, you speak to another guest who couldn't sleep at all. You may spend 1 remnant to prove the other guest that you are familiar with supernatural threats. If you do, I would gain an ally. But I don't have any remnants. No. I should have done this with Marie Lambeau. But she is the next girl out. So let's have her do Gilman House. A nervous stranger sits outside waiting for Joe Sargent's bus. When you strike up a conversation, you learn that this person is running away after losing a friend to the deep ones. You may spend 1 remnant to prove that you have successfully faced that threat before. Don't have any remnants to give that person, so that is it for Innsmouth Shore encounter. Too bad. I could have healed a couple of sanity of Marie Lambeau if I have done this the right way, but I didn't, so we're gonna be moving into the mythos phase. Let's be pulling out tokens for Jenny. First token is a headline. And today's headline is Unscheduled Parade Shuts Down Main Street. Revelers wearing fanciful costumes, Silver Twilight Lodge Band, sinister music, unrelated sources say by A.P. Jessup. Jessup, staff writer, Arkham, Massachusetts. It's a headline. You suffer one horror for each monster in your neighborhood. Well, guess what? There are none in my neighborhood. That Chantak is at the ferry, waiting to take the boat to Innsmouth. So, in your face, headline. Next token will be a doom. Yes, a doom will be spreading, and we pull the back card of this, and it will be spreading in downtown, and it will be in Arkham Asylum this time. So let's be putting a doom in Arkham Asylum. Wasn't it that last time too? Yeah, Arkham Asylum has got 3 doom. Wow. You have to watch that. 3 doom up there. And this will be the next unstable space. So let's see. That is Jenny Barnes. And that, the next player will be Marie Lambeau. Here we are with Marie. Her tokens will be a doom. A doom. So let's be pulling the back card. And doom will be spreading in central Kingsport somewhere. And it's going to the whole school. To the whole school. I'll just be placing a doom there, where we removed the doom earlier. So the neighborhood has 4. No terror spreading yet. And she will be suffering a headline. Another headline for Marie. Masked Man Mystery. Strange visitors spotted on Arkham streets. Pedestrians note. Sinister air. Police advised do not approach. By Minnie Klein, staff writer, Arkham, Massachusetts. As a headline, choose another investigator in any space. Spawn one monster in that investigator space. It engages that investigator or another investigator in that space. Meh. Hate these headlines. They are nasty. Okay, I will choose Jenny. Jenny! And I will be spawning a monster. We're going to draw from the back, and it's a thrall, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, a hulking thrall spawns at Jenny Barnes and becomes engaged with her. It is a 2 health monster, gives us a remnant, and no negative modifiers. After this monster attacks, you become cursed. No, unless you spend 1 remnant. Well, she has a remnant. So health and a sanity. This is engaged with Jenny Barnes. Jenny, you will have some killing to do. Cool. Okay. And the next player out in the mythos will be Min. Here is Min Fan, and there are, how many? It's 4 tokens left down here. So she will be drawing a clue. A clue. That is great, because there will be spawning a clue up in north side. And it's a clue there already. So that's the top 2 cards from north side. Gonna be shuffle those quickly together. There you go. And put that back. Next token will be blank. Nice. That is the mythos phase done. And this is the situation after round 2. I think we did quite good. We vanquished both the monsters on the board, and we got rid of some nasty stuff, also advanced. However, we have a hulking thrall. So what was it? Is bent to his will. After you defeat a thrall monster in a location with no marker, you may spend 1 clue. But I haven't got a clue from the scenario cheat yet. Jenny has got that. So can I trade with an investigator that is engaged? I think you can trade with investigators that are engaged with monsters, but using Innoxic is an encounter actually, so I have to do that as an encounter. It's not an action. So instead of an encounter, I will move an engaged investigator. Yeah, that's kind of explains itself, because creating a portal and traveling interstellar through time and space demands time and focus, I guess. Okay, so that's the end of round 1. We will be heading into round 3.